Hey guys, I'm using a new mic in this video, so there's going to be a few times where you sort of get like an echo sort of thing, but it's nothing that bad, so don't worry about it, but I apologize anyways. Anyways, enjoy the video.
Hello and welcome to League of Lore. This week we're doing Kalista, the Spirit of Vengeance. No, not that Spirit of Vengeance. That one's kind of, a lot cooler. But yeah, anyways, Kalista is a proud warrior who served an unnamed king and queen, and she was pretty freaking good at it. I mean, she was probably the best soldier they ever had, until one day that all changed. An assassin was sent to kill the king, but Kalista was faster and quicker. She knocked the blade right out of the assassin's hand and saved the king's life. Unfortunately, the direction she kind of knocked the blade was straight into the queen, and this blade was covered in some pretty powerful poison, so as soon as it cut the queen's skin, it kind of, damned her. But this was like some Teemo level poison. I mean, nothing could cure it. No magic, no doctors, not even the king himself was powerful enough to cure the queen. So the king got pretty desperate, to say the least, and sent Kalista all around this world on this great journey to find a cure for the queen. She visited magicians, hermits, doctors, anyone, scholars who might have any sort of cure for the queen, but no one was able to help until she learned about these isles named the Blessed Isles, the stuff of legend. So off Kalista went on one last voyage, her voyage of hope it was called. When the inhabitants saw her and saw the purity of her mission, they allowed her to dock. When she got on the island, she begged them to cure the queen. After a long time, they finally agreed and told her to bring back the queen to this island. Then, before she went off, they whispered in her ear these magical words that would allow her to pass the magical barrier around the island and dock back safely.
How you doing, little mama? Let me whisper in your ear. Tell you something that you might like to hear. Got a six-ass body and your ass looks soft. Mind if I touch it and see it?
Finally, after a long time traveling, she returned back home, only to find out everything she had done was in vain, and the queen had already passed away. So the king goes crazy with grief, and of course decides the healthiest way he could deal with this grief is to lock himself in his tower with the queen's rotten corpse, crying and waiting for Kalista's return, just so he can label her a traitor and have her thrown in prison. She remained in that prison till another champion from this game called Hekram finally convinced her to tell the king the magic words the inhabitants told her never to tell anyone. Because at this point she figured, stuff already kind of sucked and there was no way it would really get worse, so what was there to lose? So off they all went to this magical island with the queen's corpse on the boat, which honestly probably had to be about the most awkward boat ride in League history. And I mean, this is a game where you have the pirate that eats oranges full peel and all, and this other pirate that has big cannons. And anyways, finally they arrived, and the king demanded the leader of the Blessed Isles to cure the queen and bring her back from the dead. Of course, he kind of refused because you don't want to mess with that whole life and death, resurrection. It's just, it gets complicated, it's tiring, so on. And the king does not like this response and orders Kalista to murder the leader of the Blessed Isles. Kalista just is all like, no, not doing this, and says no. She asks Hekram to stand with them, fight back against the king, allow him to see the error in his way, and everyone can be happy and love each other and everything will be great again. Much to Kalista's surprise, Hekram approaches. He's going to defend her, she thinks. He's going to help. We're going to do this. We're going to let the king go back safely. So Hekram approaches, stands proudly beside her, and then impales her with his spear. And yeah, I mean, let me get first off by saying, what a dick. Like, in case you think that this guy isn't already bad enough, coming out of the jungle, ulti sonic blast, jumping on you, shoving your spear so far up that you don't know where it's coming out, He betrayed her, flat out walks up and stabs her in the back, quite literally. Of course, this creates a lot of panic around the island, as all the warriors that were loyal to Kalista start battling the warriors that were loyal to Hekram, and Hekram just has so much more knights, and they're better trained, and even though Kalista's warriors were powerful, they got slaughtered. The next thing Kalista knew is she opened her eyes, and they were burning with this dark magic. She had no real memory of what had happened. She didn't remember who betrayed her or why. All she knew was she needed to get vengeance on anyone who ever betrayed anyone in this world. And this beautiful place full of life and joy called the Blessed Isles was broken, twisted, and corrupted, now becoming the Shadow Isles, which births a lot more champions later on in League, like Elise, Mordekaiser. All these other champions have come from the Shadow Isle that all started off because of Kalista's betrayal. Anyways, we'll talk more about that next time on League of Lore. Do you know what I kind of just realized? When she binds her support, she literally rips Hekram's spear out of her chest and impales her teammate with it. That's metal, man. That's like hardcore. I can appreciate that.